Chip Kelly, fourth year at UCLA, and 2-0, beat Hawaii and LSU, and Coach joins us on the program. Coach, congratulations. How did you celebrate after the win against LSU?
We went home because it was a night game, so there wasn't a lot of celebration. And you got to play the late games here on the West Coast. Got to get your sleep, so we had to be back in the next day and grade the film. So just went home after the game.
That's it? Nothing?
Nah, it's game 2.
Well, okay, it feels like this was a big win. Did it feel like a big win to you?
It did. I think the Rose Bowl was electric. Obviously you're playing a team from LSU and, the SEC West and, the reputation that they have and what a good football program it is. So our guys were excited about it.
But also, I was sort of surprised at the physicality of your team against a team from the SEC. We normally see it the other way around. How important was it to try? I mean, you guys pushed them around, certainly in the running game. Were you surprised at that?
Yeah, I mean, that's just what we are, and you don't know. I don't think we were surprised, but I that's what we have to do to win. That's our strength. We've got a veteran offensive line coming back. We have 2 really physical running backs. So we knew going into the game for us to have any success on the offensive side of the ball, we're going to have to run it. And then our play action pass was really successful coming off of that. But that's kind of who we are. We're not going to try to, because we have an opponent in here, like, hey, let's line up and no backs the whole game and throw the ball over the joint. That's not what we do. And it's really, the test is we do what we do, they do what they do, and then you see if it works. And we were fortunate to come out on top.
But when did you decide that you wanted this style of offense as opposed to what everybody else is trying to do in college football? And that's, 5 wide and let's just fling it around.
Yeah. When I left college, we were basically 5 wide, flinging it around and had shiny helmets. And then when I came back to college, everybody had it. So maybe just being a contrarian, let's go the other way. But it was also a byproduct of the players that we had here. When I got here, there were a lot of tight ends. So let's exploit them. When I was in the NFL, I had Zach Ertz and Brent Selleck. We were in 12 personnel a lot in the NFL. So I learned a lot about playing with multiple tight ends. We're just trying to play to our strengths. And we've got a good group of those guys, and we have 2 tough, hard-nosed physical running backs. So it fits us right now.
And I wonder about that would we see this, like basketball, everybody shoots the 3. And I wonder if somebody's going to be contrarian and go, hey, you're going to have to stop us inside. Having a running team as opposed to everybody, defensive players are not as big as they once were. They're, speed, you got to cover everybody. And I wondered about that with college football. Are you trying to exploit that you see an opening here?
Yeah, you're spot on. A lot of people, ourselves included, have put more speed on the field on the defensive side of the ball. But if you put more speed on the field, you sacrifice some size. So then what is the matchup that you're trying to exploit? Is it if they're small, you want to go big, and if they're big, you want to go small. So the key is having the ability to do both, and whatever the situation dictates, you can do it. And I think that's what the good teams do. You look at Alabama, who's probably the top team in the country. Last year they threw the heck out of the ball with Mac Jones and all those receivers, but they could run the heck out of the ball with Najee Harris also. So if you have the ability to do both, I think that's what makes you elite. So I think that's what we're all striving for. But good coaches, good teams, they play to their strengths, and obviously our running game right now is a strength for us.
Do you wish you were playing this weekend?
I do. I mean, I wish we played every day, to be honest with you. But obviously the nature of the game, it's not baseball. You only get 12 opportunities. We did get an early game, and that was beneficial to us. I think you grow the most between your first game and your second game. The fact that it was our second and their first was an advantage for us. But because we played a week 0 game, you're going to have to get another bye in there. And our first bye occurs this week. So we'll use this as an improvement week. We're out in the field in about an hour. We'll get a couple training sessions in this week and then get ready for a really good Fresno team who played Oregon really close this past weekend.
He's Chip Kelly, UCLA head coach, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. You're there in Hollywood. All these actors, famous people. Do you get mistaken for anybody?
Jackie Chan. No, I don't think I get mistaken for anybody. Maybe an older Vanilla Ice. I don't think so. I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Thank goodness.
You could be a Farley brother.
Okay. They're funny.
They are.
I'm not as funny as those guys. I could laugh. I would be like the Farley brother that just laughs while the other guys tell jokes.
Are you funny in practice?
It depends on my mood. I can be sarcastic in practice, which is my Northeast upbringing. I think I'm funny. Now, someone else may not think I'm funny.
Because Alabama players talk about Nick Saban, and they say he's funny in practice.
Yeah, I would think it depends on who the player is.
Or Belichick. Belichick, the players who play for him, like, Bill, he's got a great sense of humor.
He does have I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions in this world, because everybody judges Bill by his sound bites with the media. But as a person, and when you visit with Bill, I mean, he's one of the most intelligent, well thought out, sharp people I've ever met in my entire life. So I can see that. Bill's got a great sense of humor.
But does he crack you up? Like, how does it work, though, Chip? When you're out at dinner, or you're, what?
Yeah.
What happens?
It's just, I think people have a perception, and then there's the reality. And I think he's really sharp. It's a dry wit. And a lot of times it's coming out of left field, because could be a serious conversation going on, and you're like, did he just say that? And it's hilarious. But he's really, really smart, and it's intelligent humor. It's pretty funny.
But can you talk football when you go to dinner with Belichick?
Yeah, I think you can talk football 24/7 with Bill. So the conversation always goes back to that. But then it changes when he'll tell you about his trips and where he's been and what he's done. He's not just a football guy 24/7, but he may be one of the world's most interesting man if you get a chance to visit and talk with him.
but he's never going to let that happen, though, Chip.
Yeah, that's what makes him the world's
interesting.
Most interesting man.
You have no sissy blue shirt on today, I see.
I just heard about that yesterday. So I do a lot, because those are our school colors, I guess. So we do wear those shirts a lot. That's part of what we show up to on home games. So I think it was funny. I think people have had fun with it. There's a lot of banter that goes on when you walk into stadiums. I've learned that it's better just to not say anything and get into the locker room. But Coach O can handle himself. So I worry about that fan. He better make sure he's careful what he says. I wouldn't want to tackle with O.
Well, the joke is funnier when you win. So it's
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that always the case?
Yeah. Good luck. Thanks. Congratulations on the win against LSU. Great to see you. We've come a long way since I had you on during COVID, and we didn't know what the hell was going on with college football. And it seems like a long time ago.
It does. I was in a submarine for about 16 months, and the only time I ever came up from air was to talk to you guys. And it's good to finally be out of the submarine and back out with fans in the stands and back to some sense of normalcy. So it's good. It's good. We just got to keep this thing rolling.
Thank you, Coach. Great to talk to you again.
All right, Dan. Take care. Thank you.
That's Chip Kelly, UCLA head coach. Got the week off, and then they got Fresno State. We'll take a break. Back after this.